Yo, what's happening? It's your boy Chae coming back with another video. Today we are doing something that I've been wanting to do for a while and something that I think would be a really great way for you guys to get to know me, especially if you're new to the channel, and that is 25 facts about me. Now, to be honest, it was actually kind of difficult for me to come up with a lot of these facts just because I don't know what's really interesting about me, and a lot of you guys already know most of this stuff. But if you are new or you're just curious, then let's just jump right into it. Number one, if you don't know already, I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. That's my hometown, and I will always rep the 972. There are so many great things about growing up in Dallas that I absolutely loved. Number one, the food, southern food, Texas food, like you can't beat that. Whataburger is an OG in the South kind of thing, and that honestly was the place we would always hang out after Friday night football games, and it's open 24 hours, so that is always the move. Another great thing about Texas is obviously the weather. It is really warm all year round, especially during the summer. It can get a little bit hot, but being on the East Coast right now, like I am not having this, so being from Dallas, that's a huge thing. So I have two siblings. I have a brother and a stepsister. My mom got remarried a few years ago, and I love them to death. Their names are Justin and Crystal. They are both seniors in high school right now, so they've just gone through the college application process. Justin is also applying to Princeton, so fingers crossed, hopefully we can get both Chae brothers in. I love my siblings to death. They're honestly the funniest and best people I surround myself with, and every time I'm home I always have a blast. Just because we love to hang around, we always have a good time. We love getting good food and watching fun movies together, so I miss them. If you guys are watching this, love you guys. Alright, number three, the top kind of three things that I would define myself as are a photographer, a filmmaker, and a musician. I've been taking pictures ever since I was in 6th grade. I've told this story a few times, but basically I took a picture with my smartphone, entered it into a local photography competition, ended up winning first place, and with that $500 I used that to buy my first camera, and ever since then it has just been an exponential growth in my career as a photographer and also just as a businessman, growing my Chae Productions, where I would take senior photos and wedding photos around the Dallas area. That was just a really great way for me to make a lot of money, especially as a high school student, and also just grow my talents and grow my portfolio, which is super important for me. After photography, I got into filmmaking, which is obviously a natural progression. I started doing, just short recap videos and travel videos anytime I was with my friends, especially over the summer. And then the summer going into my freshman year of college, I decided to start my YouTube channel, just making, fun videos, things that I could look back on in 5 to 10 years, not really thinking that it would blow up to what it is today. So number one, thank you guys so much for the support, and number two, don't worry, like it's never gonna stop, because this is something I'm just genuinely passionate about and something I enjoy doing. So making videos and being a filmmaker has honestly been a huge defining part of me. As a musician, I play clarinet, but I also play saxophone, guitar, piano, ukulele. I don't know why I enjoy learning so many different instruments. To be honest, it's not that hard learning something new, especially once you learn the foundation of music. So rhythm, how to read charts, how to look at chords. So once I started getting into that, it just kind of spiraled from there. I love clarinet. I was in the orchestra last year, and I actually won the concerto competition, which is a huge accomplishment for me. I can speak 4 languages. I've mentioned this, and I'll make a whole video about why I think this is so important, but I can speak Korean, English, Spanish, and French. Obviously, English and Korean are the most fluent. Spanish, I would say I'm fairly proficient in. French is kind of the weakest, which is why I've been trying to get better at it. I will definitely be making more videos about that, so if you're interested, leave a comment down below. Number 6, going back to my musician roots, I was a clarinet section leader, the woodwind captain, and also a soloist in the marching band show. So if you don't know, in Texas, marching band is a huge thing, especially because our high schools are massive, and the football team and Friday night football games are a big deal. So being a soloist in the Fly Around Marching Band for the 2015-2016 season was honestly like one of the craziest experiences, because we ended up winning our state championships, and for me to play a massive crazy solo with my friend Johnny, who was also an amazing clarinet player, in the Alamo Dome, which seats like thousands and thousands of people, and honestly like it was packed when we went to finals. So I will play a little bit of that clip here just so you can get an idea. yeah, like I said, marching band in general was just a huge part of my high school career. We also got the chance to travel to Chicago, perform crazy concerts, work with amazing musicians, and have just some really great experiences. So if you are in high school, definitely take advantage of the opportunities that are there for you. Number 7, I am currently single. I have had a few girlfriends in the past. Not that I'm not looking for a relationship, I just haven't seen any opportunities arise, especially with Valentine's just right around the corner. It is getting a little lonely, so it might be Marvin's Room season for a few days, but I think college is just an important time for me to find out more about myself before looking to invest in a serious relationship. Number 8, just a few awards, not that anyone really cares, but I was named the best dressed senior and the most creative senior guy, so that was a huge accomplishment for me back in the day, just because I thought style and fashion was always very important, so I was dressed up in high school. Number 9, I've been to 4 out of 7 continents, so obviously North America, South America, Asia, and Europe. This summer I will be going to Africa, and then Australia and Antarctica are my 2 missing. I've been to South America because I went to Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands. I will talk about more of that in another fact. I've been to Europe for 2 different occasions. Last summer when I was in Paris for an internship, and then the summer before that, just traveling around with my best friend after we graduated high school. Asia, obviously I visited Korea a couple of times, so I've had the opportunity to go to South Korea. I also went to the Great Wall of China, and Asia in general is honestly such a cool place. I've also been to Russia for the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok, which was a crazy experience. I went a couple months ago. Seeing and going to Russia for the first time was unbelievable. Number 10, this is kind of a weird fact, but I had my appendix removed. It was actually on my 15th or 16th birthday. I was literally in the hospital, and that hurt so bad. Like, I had no idea what was happening, and my mom took me to the hospital, and after my surgery, my mom invited a bunch of my middle school friends, and they all came, and we all just hung out, and honestly, like, it wasn't a bad birthday. Number 11, I have had my ears pierced since about this 5th or 6th grade. I don't remember why or how. I just knew that I kind of wanted to stand out, be a little bit different, so I got them pierced, and honestly ever since then I've worn earrings just about every single day. My black studs, you see them in just about every single video, but recently I've been taking them out just to try something new, maybe get a different pair, so I'm trying to figure out what will work best. Number 12, what do my parents do? My mom is a restaurant owner and a real estate agent, so she owns a couple of restaurants around the Dallas area. One of them is a Korean bar, and that food honestly smacks. I go there every time I'm back in town, and they've got food, they got drinks, which is really cool. My dad is a professor at the University of Central Oklahoma, where he teaches machine learning and a little bit of computer science, so he's been doing that for a couple years. It does kind of suck just because I don't get to see him so often, but he's killing it out there, and I'm super proud of him. My stepdad is a graphic designer, and he also helps run the businesses with my mom, so they're kind of a dynamic duo, and they're both killing it. Number 13, if you couldn't already tell, my favorite artist is obviously Drake, OVO, Six God, Champagne Poppy. I don't know why or how I've just been so obsessed with his music because it's amazing. Like, that's the only words I can put into it. I've been telling my friends lately, if you don't like at least one song of Drake, you don't like music, because he can appeal to any type of genre, he can do any type of music, and he kills every single track. Like, when it's a song featuring Drake, nah, it's not that artist's song anymore, it's Drake's song. My favorite band is, to be honest, probably like Imagine Dragons. Their OG Night Visions album was a banger. Like, every song on that album is a hit, and when we were in middle school and high school, me and my friends would just bop to that every single weekend. Other artists I absolutely love, obviously J. Cole, he's an OG, you can't go wrong with him. Chance the Rapper, Childish Gambino, Logic, Billie Eilish, Khalid, her, she just won a Grammy. Shawn Mendes, oh my god, Shawn Mendes is so good. Calvin Harris, I love Calvin Harris. His album Funk Wave Bounces might be my top 5 albums of all time, so go listen to that if you haven't. Post Malone, can we get a Texas rep in there? Travis Scott, another Texas rep. Beyonce from Houston. Like, Texas has been bringing out some bangers lately. Number 14, my favorite colors are mostly pastel. I kind of like that muted vibe, especially for a bunch of my designs. I like to go with that kind of muted orange or peach color look just because I think it's very appealing to the eye and it's not something super bright or vibrant. Number 15, dogs or cats. I am a huge dog person. Like, anytime I see a puppy, my heart melts. I used to have a dog, but we had to give him away just because, dealing with the dog in the Texas heat, like, it was a hard scenario for all of us. But I am hoping to get a puppy in hopefully the near future, so we will see about that. Number 16, as far as my hobbies, it does get a little bit hard and busy in college to find time to do the things that you genuinely love, but for me, I enjoy reading a lot. I used to read a lot of fiction, now I'm getting more into nonfiction and even like businessy books, but it sucks because there's already so much reading that I have to do for all my other classes that taking the time to sit down and read a good book is, something that I have to prioritize and make an effort to do. Obviously editing is a huge passion, whether it's photos or videos. There are so many hours of the day where I'm just sitting behind my computer in Photoshop, Lightroom, or Premiere working on some projects, obviously editing these videos, which to be honest don't take a ton of time just because I've gotten so fast at editing and know my workflow. But I do enjoy making cinematic videos and editing photos for my Instagram, so if you haven't already, make sure to go follow me at Nicolas Chae. I post tons of content over there, so make sure to go follow me on that. Favorite foods: number 1, Korean barbecue. That shit smacks every single time. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Number 2, Whataburger. You can't beat that. Like, that has to be one of the best fast food chains in the South. And the patty melts, the honey butter chicken biscuits, like that is my go-to meal every time I'm back in the South because that just smacks. Finally, Chipotle. I am honestly a huge Chipotle fan just because it's so convenient, it's relatively healthy, and it's not that expensive for a bowl or a burrito. So anytime I'm back home, because we don't have one around here, I'm stocking up on my Chipotle bowls just because I know I can't get them when I'm back. Favorite desserts? You guessed it, boba tea. Shaved ice, that smacks every single time. Pastries, I'm a huge fan of. Number 19, my favorite places I've traveled to. I think this is the most unique and definitely a place that not a lot of people have ever been, and that is the Galapagos Islands. When I was in my junior year of high school, I won a scholarship with National Geographic to go to Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands for 2 weeks on a photography scholarship. So that was honestly just an crazy, incredible experience, like seeing all the animals, going snorkeling, hanging out with like sea lions. There are no words to describe that trip, and every time I think about it, like I wish I could go back to Ecuador and the Galapagos. Other places I loved: Paris is honestly absolutely beautiful. As a photographer, I spent 2 months there and just exploring the city, hanging out, and being there when they won the World Cup, like that completely changed my experience. If you're ever in Europe, I think Amsterdam is a must-see just because the canals are beautiful, the food is amazing, the people are so nice, like you can do so much and just walk around and have a good time. Number 20, if I could have lunch with one person, it would probably be, my initial answer a few years ago would have been to say Elon Musk, just because I think it's incredible what he's doing with SpaceX and Tesla and everything, but he's just kind of gone off the whack end lately with his Twitter and everything, so I don't know about that. But I do really admire Steve Jobs. I think that what he did with Apple and the way that he was able to create like beautiful products like this really just changed the game and was able to do something that no one had really done to that point. And I read his biography, and I know obviously like he wasn't that great of a person, he had a lot of problems, but I still think it would be really cool to sit down with him and hear his perspectives on just everything. And yeah, to be honest, that about wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed these 20 facts about me. I know that it's hard to get to know me on camera, especially just because I talk about a bunch of different topics, but getting to know me personally and what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy, might have been a fun video for me to make and for you guys to watch. So make sure to leave a comment down below of which fact you found the most interesting, drop a like on the video, and as always, don't stress, finesse.